Oh, good. Okay. See, that's better. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Welcome to Love and Libations from the iWonder Sisters. I'm Kim,
I'm Andie.
and it's only 8:26 here in the beautiful mountains of New Mexico. And if I can rig this video up right, you would have seen the intro of our beautiful outside. So we're enjoying Snowvember, hashtag. And we wanted to come to you today to talk more on our subject of doTERRA essential oils because Andie and I are distributors. We work with doTERRA. We are experimenting with all of them and having so much fun using them for our own purposes and finding ways and learning how to use them and also how to stretch them, because doTERRA is a family of pure essential oils. And it is they also function as a company in a way that the people that work for them and the people that do the farming are paid very well, um, unlike a lot of other places. So their oils are a bit more costly than your average ones you might find sitting on a shelf somewhere in Walmart or online.
But those oils aren't really essential
They're
oils.
not really essential oils.
No, these are actually made from the plant. They're organically grown and they're pure.
Indeed.
They're comparable to Young Living.
Yes, and you can tell the difference. If you've ever had, an oil that's supposed to be like a lemon essential oil or frankincense or whatever, these things are so pure and so concentrated. Um, I put some lavender in my water. I usually buy like the sparkling water, and
Kim
then
doesn't like to drink regular water.
I just have this thing about sparkling, about regular water. But when I ran out, I used the same container and I put oils in it. So a couple days ago, I put in 2 drops of lavender oil, which was 1 drop too many because I've been refilling it since, and the lavender is still so strong in it. I mean, I have to really fill it up with water to dilute it. So that you know the quality of oils that we're talking about, and it really has been very relaxing. So today we're going to talk about the various uses of our doTERRA, our personal ways we've been using it and how it's been working for both of us. And what's fun is that there are some oils that Andie and I, of course, both use for the home, for ourselves. And then there are other oils that are more specific to issues that we both may have. Or ways in which we just want to use the oils. So, Andie, you want to, because you're doing some great stuff with them. By the way, make sure you check out Andie's Twitter. She's AJ Down Rabbit Hole. And that's DWN. AJ Down Rabbit Hole. Or look up Andie Levine. Um, and because she is doing some great articles. We're both writing for an online magazine called Tuvia, and
It's a great magazine.
it really
It
is.
really is.
It's like so beautifully done, aesthetically as well, and they hire content people, and so we're two of those people, and you can write about anything you want to write about, and so we both have sort of really found our niche. And Andie is doing some great articles for us women who are over 45. Um, we're still as relevant as ever, and so she's going to be doing a whole series of articles just on really aging gracefully and beautifully and things that affect how we feel as grown women about certain things like platform shoes and things like that. Um, so check it out. But so I brought that up because Andie will be tweeting those articles. But Andie likes to use different face creams and things like that. And I'm really bad at taking care of my skin. I'm trying to get better. I've been too lucky for so many years to have
Yeah, me too. And
such
I
great
found, I
skin.
mean, I've always had oily skin,
Mhm.
and since we moved to New Mexico, where the humidity is a lot lower,
Mhm.
and it's very dry, um, my skin has been getting dry, especially during the winter. In the summer, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
So I use, I use L'Oreal face creams because I find them to be really helpful, and they keep my skin very baby soft.
Yes, yes. And Andie has terrific skin. I mean, I don't know if the camera is doing either one of us justice.
No, it's not.
It's not
But
really.
I also, I mean, I have no makeup on today.
No, no, no.
I'm fresh out
We
of
don't.
bed.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see I've got earrings.
Yeah, we try to do a
You
little something,
know,
something.
we want to dress for you guys. Um,
Indeed, but this is as good as it gets on a Sunday morning. So,
yeah.
but yeah, and so Annie's been incorporating the oils into her skin program, and she's shown me what she's doing, and boy, she gave me some oil. Well, you tell them all about it. My skin drank it up, and what you've been using.
Well, I use L'Oreal has an oil. It looks like a serum and it comes in a very tall bottle. And you only use a few drops on your skin. I can't remember the name of it offhand.
We
Um,
can put it in the bottom of it.
but it has a dropper. And it also has essential oils in it. You can smell them when you put it
Mhm.
on your face.
It's really
And
nice.
I put that on during the day. At night, I use a heavier cream, and I've been putting frankincense, one, just one drop, just one,
Yeah.
just one drop of frankincense in with because frankincense is very good to keep your skin radiant and glowing,
Indeed.
and I'm radiant and I glow.
What more proof? What more proof do we need? um, yeah, I mean, Auntie gave me a little bit. What one day, I don't know if it was in the morning or the evening. With that serum that she's talking about, and we'll get the name of that L'Oreal product and put it down in the notes because it really is very nice, and my skin just drank it up with the added essential oils to it, and it just smells so good too. And it's not like the oils themselves. It's not perfumey in a way that you would put something on and you feel like, oh, I have to smell this all day long, and
No, it's nothing
it's
like
not
that.
like that
Not,
at
oh
all.
no.
It's so gentle, so soft, but just very naturally fragrant, and so it really is good, and I'm really trying to do better by my skin, because it's really done really well for me. It's treated me very well. But as we get older, things start to change, and as Andie said, also when we changed our environment, um, we notice a big difference too,
Yeah,
because South
yeah.
Florida is just wet. It's just humid all the time. So,
I
um,
also I took a bath the other day. I don't usually take baths. I like showers, but I took a bath because I wanted to use the oils. And I put in a couple of drops of frankincense, and I put in a couple of drops of lavender. And I'm here to tell you, it was divine. All I was missing was the snifter of brandy.
yeah, I know. Which we're gonna work on getting that very soon.
Yeah.
Um, because it's definitely brandy weather here. So yeah, so there's so many ways that you can use them. I, because of my allergies, and I mean, you'll get get used to hearing me sound the way that I sound, but I feel a lot better. Um, I use the Breathe, and
I've been using it too.
yeah, this is the Breathe, and it's just there's so many ways you can use it. We have put it well, I mean, like, I'm such a kitchen witch, I mean, so we've used it in a lot of ways. Like, sometimes I heat up a coal. Like those of you who use homemade incense or the hookah, those coals. I'll heat the coal up on our stove top, and then after it's heated up, you just can. I usually mix things like it's good to maybe put some dried. I mean, we're in such a great place. We have juniper berries, and we have
Cedar.
cedar is in abundance. So usually, like, I would put on the coal first, maybe a couple of berries, a couple of the dried cedar, a few dried cedar crushed up to make like a base, so that the oil, because it's so precious, just doesn't burn away. And then, or if you have like powder incense or something like that, you can use that as well. And then just put a drop of the oil on top of it all, and it really just, it fills the space, and we feel the effects of it. As a matter of fact, I think for me that works best. Like, I might do that after the video, because that has really worked best for me when it's just in the air.
Yeah.
But I've used it like at nighttime for a quick sort of remedy, because I used to always just use Vicks all the time, but this is much more pleasant. I'll take it and put a little bit in the palm of my hands, and then just breathe it in. Use my hands sort of like a diffuser, and just breathe it in. And that's also a great way to use the Breathe, or any of the oils, actually. So I've been really taking advantage of that, and we both have been benefiting from that. Also, I use Digest Zen. And you haven't had
No, I
opportunity
haven't
to.
used it yet.
I mean, this is really good for me, because every now and again I just get nauseated. And Andie, which I think it probably makes sense, thinks that it may actually have something to do with the fact that I have a drip all the time, and it's just sometimes going into my stomach. So because I notice it's always at night. It's always like after I've, laid down for a while or something like that, that I just get this feeling of nausea. But the other night, when I started to feel that feeling, I took some Digest Zen. Okay, and we have yeah, on our first Love and Libations video, we tell you what's in all of these. Okay, it's the doTERRA Family Physician Kit. But I put this in my hands too, and then I breathe it in, but I also will put some on my tongue, just a tiny bit, because it's very strong, on my tongue, and then I just lay down, and for about half an hour. And usually, Andie knows, my nausea has to get worse before it gets better. Um, but this time, after about a half an hour, I felt totally like myself, and I felt, a lot of comfort from it, and it really worked. So even when I feel just a little, odd in the digestive area, this has so many great uses, because
You also rubbed it on your tummy.
I rubbed it on my tummy. I laid down and just relaxed and rubbed it on my tummy. And it just is really, it works wonders if you have issues with digestive issues, or just nausea like I do, just out of the blue. It's just the worst feeling in the world.
Mm.
But and it also, like all of them, this it smells so wonderful. This is more like herbaceous, not so much floral, but it smells so, it's so soothing. It's not overpowering or anything like that. It just really is, so they're so natural. If you could just imagine, like, when you go out into nature and you smell like flowers and pine and cedar and those things, maybe magnified. um, the smells of nature aren't perfumey, they're just very distinctive, and that's the way these oils are. So they're not bothersome at all if you have allergies or anything like that. They're actually very helpful, and you just need, we can't stress how much you just need a little bit. So that's Digest Zen. Is there any others that you
Well, I use lemon and peppermint together quite frequently. Oh, hi. Quite frequently, I put it in my water cup, and it gives me a lift
Mhm.
during the day, especially like around, oh, say 3 or 4 o'clock when my energy might be dipping. I use lemon and peppermint, just a drop of each, in a very big cup of water, and it lasts into the next day.
Yeah, yeah.
And it really does pick you up,
Mhm.
and it's so
It
refreshing,
is. It's delicious.
so refreshing.
It's delicious. And
I've also used the blue, what's it called?
oh, a deep blue. Oh yeah.
Deep blue on my neck and shoulders.
Mhm.
It's very good for muscles and joints. I haven't yet used it on my knees and ankles, but when I start having problems with them in this weather, I will. And it's wonderful, and it
It is.
smells heavenly. It's got wintergreen in it, and it
Yeah.
smells divine.
Yeah, I've used deep blue as well. I have a shoulder that's just achy from years of just overuse, from just carrying too much crap. Um, and also, a lot of, we carry a lot of emotional things as well in our bodies too, and it manifests itself in discomfort, and pain. So my shoulders are like that for me, but this one in particular. And this is wonderful. So I've also used Deep Blue, and I've also used it on my neck, which one night I think I just kind of slept wrong, and I was just like really tight in here, and I used some and just massaged it in, and relief in like minutes. So that is amazing. And all of this stuff comes in, once again, the doTERRA Family Physician Kit, and it's just extraordinary, you know. And also, I've had the lemon. Auntie made me some lemon peppermint water. Loved it. I think that was the first way that we used it, when we had Andrea, who's our landlord, who introduced us to the product again, had her oils. She would bring them over and we would use them. And so I loved it. So if you don't use it any other way, that water pick me up is great. Um, Also, too, I have to say that on Friday, um, well, Andie and I are such procrastinators. And we always have assignments. We're freelance writers, so
And we have deadlines.
we have deadlines. So on Friday, sometimes on Fridays, we are just like head in the computer because we have so much stuff that we have to turn into the East Coast, and they're 2 hours ahead of us. So and I really was very foggy. Like, I honestly wasn't sure. I knew that I would get it done because these people are so good to us, this writing company, and they're the company we've been writing for the longest. And they just are so, just such, have such integrity, and we love them. So anyway, so I just wasn't sure if I was going to make it through these articles. Um, so I struggled through the first two. I got it done with the help of my writing angels. Um, but then not really even being conscious of it. I felt a little busy in the mind, and that's what happens to me sometimes. My mind was like all over the place. So that's when I put a drop of lavender in my water, but I also mixed it with citrus bliss, which was one of our extras. It doesn't come in the family physician kit, but it smells amazing. I mean, you'll want to get this. It's so yummy. We use that in a lot of ways, like as incense as well too. But so I mixed a drop of citrus bliss with the lavender, and honest to goodness, I did the last 4 articles in the time it took me to do the first 2. I mean, it calmed me down because that's what I needed for my mind to stop racing. And then the citrus bliss just gave me like it also gave me, it perked me up like off like the
Mhm.
lemon and peppermint would do. And I said to Andie, honest to goodness, I put these drops in my water, and it's like the only way I was really able to get through the work in the time that I did. And I was really, really surprised, and I had to stop and think, like, why did I feel so much better? Um, in the brain here, in the mind, and it was those oils, because I was like constantly drinking my water that day. So we really can't say enough about the effects of all of these oils, and we still have quite a few to play with, and we have some stuff on the way as well. We have On Guard here that I think we're probably going to start using a little bit more.
That and oregano are very good antiviral, and protect the immune system, or assist the immune system, I should say. Um, so as flu season gets into full swing, we'll definitely be using On Guard and
Hmm.
oregano. And
Yeah.
I have to say, if you buy single oils from any of the really good companies, doTERRA, Young Living, oregano is hugely expensive. So the fact that it was included in the family physician kit blew my mind.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive oil to make, and we have
It's amazing.
a great bottle. All you need is 1 drop in some
Yeah.
water, and you'll taste that oregano. I
Oh,
promise you.
oh yes, you will. Yeah, as a matter of fact, one night, I guess right after we got our kit, I took a drop because I love oregano as a seasoning, and as an Italian herb, and I put a drop on my tongue, and I'm going to tell you, it was on there for hours and hours and hours and hours. But it is just so amazing. I mean, it's delicious, but it's very strong. So if you decide you're going to cook with it, like, I've been contemplating maybe putting a drop in the stews that I make. It really just, like, when they say, now I understand why they say it's best to get like a toothpick
Mhm.
and dip it in the oil and then just swirl it around in your soup or stew, because even the little bit I put on my finger and put on my tongue would have been too much in a pot of stew. I mean, it was very, very strong. So, if I use it that way, which I know eventually I will begin to use all of the oils that you can ingest in our cooking, especially like Andie said, the oregano, something that naturally goes with a lot of the foods that we eat. But it's also very good to help protect us from all the things we can catch in the fall and winter time. So I'll definitely get some toothpicks, and just do as they say to do, instead of dropping the oil in, because a drop would be too much. But
If you see me keeping looking on to my left, it's because Chloe the Muppet Dog, aka Zen Master Chloe on Twitter, um, is lying with her head on my leg,
oh
and she's a love whore.
yes.
And put her anywhere near a person, and she's on her back instantly with her
Yes.
legs spread.
Yes.
And just waiting for you to give her her due.
Yeah.
So I'm petting Chloe while we're doing this, but I'm a good multitasker.
And Chloe, Andie and I always say this. I say this to Andie because it just it affects me so much. What a great receiver she is. Like so many of us, spiritual folks, we find it so much easier to give of our time, ourselves, sacrifice something for somebody else. It's so important, though, to receive, and we find that so difficult, which is why so many times spiritual people end up experiencing, some form of lack because the being able to receive, it goes deep. It's not just about I want, I wish I had. We all say that, and we all do. Oh, I wish I had more money. I wish I had more abundance. Wish I had more prosperity. Wish we had more clients. All these things, but the ability to receive is really something very deep.
And the animals, we have 2 cats and Chloe. And plus, there are 4 big dogs that live on this ranch who visit us every day. And they teach us how to receive. They come, Dharma, our little kitten, he comes to Kim because she's mom and asks for some love. And of course he gets it.
Yes.
And he receives with such grace.
Yeah.
I want to say Chloe receives with grace, but she receives with zeal.
Chloe, you can massage Chloe, and I've done it for an hour, and she will never get tired of it.
And she won't move.
She will not move. She will, and she just gives into it. And like as Andie said, in none of the animals do they feel bad about coming here asking for biscuits at 4 a.m. No, they don't feel bad at all. They know that we love them. They know that it's something that we obviously enjoy giving them, so they know that they can do these things, and we're only going to, be pissed off for like a second. But they've taught me so much. They're teaching me, because
our landlady is a wonderful example of this.
Yeah.
Because she knows how to ask for what she needs if she doesn't have it.
She doesn't. Yeah.
Because she's asked us many times for, do we have eggs? Do we have oil?
Coconut milk.
Frequently coconut milk, which was a very strange request because the last thing we think about buying is coconut milk.
But we have some now, and we bought her some.
But she asks when she needs.
Yes.
And she receives very well.
Yes.
And Kim and I are learning a lot from being around her.
Yeah.
I'm like Kim, and I find receiving very challenging and very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And Andrea receives so openly and with such joy. It's hard to get pissed off at her because she asks us constantly for shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, and I said to Andie one day, we're really, here for a reason, and we learn so much because both of us have that hang up about asking people for, the smallest of things, and so now, we've learned, like we were, the nearest town to us is Las Vegas, New Mexico, and we were there, and we knew we were going to need coffee, and I said to Andie, do you want to go to Walmart and get coffee? She said, no, that's all right. We'll just ask the deans, so And that's what we did, and we got some coffee. You know what I mean? So, but it's really, quite a lesson for us to learn that it's okay. And the thing is, when we do learn to ask, or text or something, say, hey, do you have this or that? Do you have an onion, a potato, something like that? I mean, it's no big deal. Andrea gives as well as she receives. It's like there's no difference between the two, which is really how it should be.
Mhm.
Like she's like, here, take a yam, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I mean, you can, take the opportunities in your life to learn something, because they might seem trivial, things may seem small, but everything, even the people that come into our lives that we don't get along with, all those things um, are really here to teach us something. And this is something that both of us needed to really learn, was just simply how to just ask for something that we needed, and feel, perfectly, fine about it, and knowing that in turn we give as well, and so that's the lesson that Chloe, follow her at Zen Master Chloe on Twitter. She's really adorable.
She's hysterical.
She tweets a lot about adopting a lot of things, adopting pets, don't shop but adopt, and animal kindness, and a lot of really cute animal stories. And she retweets a lot from Pepper the dog, who's another great Twitter to follow, because they endlessly work so hard to tweet about places all over the country that have pets, and they give you the links, and you can go to those links and actually see the animals that are up for adoption. They tweet for every state, Pepper the dog. So she retweets a lot for him too. So yeah. So also, so back to the essential oils for a moment. Lavender is just like one of my favorites. It's become, and honestly, it's so relaxing. At night, I'll just put a drop in my hands actually, and just cup my face and use it as a diffuser. But this is another one that you can also put with your natural incense, just a drop of it with your natural incense, or just take a coal, an incense coal or hookah coal, and just warm it and put a drop, and place it somewhere. If you have a headboard, or like a shelf, someplace safe where you can put it, and just let it go, let it burn. It gives the best relaxing
It's
sleep.
very calming and
It's very
soothing.
calm. Yeah. And lots of times during the daytime, I use it for those of you who might have issues with, hyperactivity in the mind, as I do. Sometimes I just randomly in the middle of the day put a drop in my hand, and it really, really slows things down for me in a way that I can focus. So that's very, very helpful to know. Even if you are on medication, like I take medication as well, even if you're on medication, keep taking it. But it really is a great addition, and I actually feel less in need of taking as much medication as I'm allowed to take, actually. So I've noticed that in the past couple of weeks. So I do use it, and in my water, it's great. So yeah, so we really, really enjoy using the oils. We're having a lot of fun with them. We enjoy sharing them with you. Um, and once again, please subscribe to our channel, because we really want to share with a lot of people. Pass the channel along, if you feel like you're gaining anything at all from it, even if it's just laughter. um, and also go to iWonderSisterhood.com and subscribe to our blog. Either or both is beautiful, because we want to do a drawing, and we really want to be able to send out some gifts, some thank you gifts to people including some samples of a couple of the oils. So once again, take a look at all of our videos of Love and Libations. Also, we have our playlist for conversations with the iWonder sisters, which is our spiritual wisdom chats, conversations that we have with each other that we share with you all weekly. So, Andie, is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining us for our, libation.
Perfect.
Usually it's alcohol.
Yeah.
Today it's coffee.
Yeah, which might be apropos since it's only 9:01. So we thank you all so much, and I really appreciate you. And we wish you a beautiful Sunday or whatever day you happen to be watching this. We hope it's beautiful and peaceful for you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.